I am back with Rusty McDaniel from Lighthouse Liquors, and we're talking about wine this morning because it's our Valentine's Day show, and it might be something that someone might want with their Valentine's Day dinner. So I've got lots of questions for you. First off, how do you know what kind of wine you put with different meals?
Well, to begin with, I mean, if you have a wine that you really enjoy with a certain type of food, you don't have to follow the norm. It's not always indicative of red with red meat, white with white meat. If you find something that you really like and you really enjoy, you bought it, you can consume it however you want to. So, I mean, it's best to experiment with things because otherwise we would have never had the guidelines to follow from the beginning as far as red wine, red meat, white wine, white meat. So you just really have to experiment. I mean, some people like sweet wines with spicy foods. Some people like drier bodied wines with spicy foods, or some people like real bold wines with bland foods. So it really depends on your own taste.
Okay, well, very interesting. Now, how many, I guess, different types of wines are there? I mean, you have a ton up here.
There are as many wines as Imelda Marcos had shoes. There really are. I mean, there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of wines, and new ones being produced every day. I mean, every week my distributors come by with 5 to 20 different new wines that they want us to try. And you know, of course, we can't have them all for sale, but we do what we can to have the majority of what our customers would desire. Okay,
so now you brought something pretty cool over here. These look like wine glasses, but they feel like plastic.
Yes, they're an acrylic polymer. This is the stemless champagne flute. It's produced by Govino. They're dishwasher safe. They're shatterproof. And they do not change the characteristics of the wine taste at all. This is the only, per se, plastic wine glass, but it's not really plastic, it's an acrylic polymer, that do not change the taste of the wine.
Oh, so what glass you put it in could change the taste of the wine?
Well, I mean, as opposed to like a regular plastic glass, you know, like the inexpensive plastic champagne glasses that you find here and there. Yeah, they will change the taste of the champagne.
And so what is this indentation for?
That right there.
Your finger? Oh.
Yep, that's exactly what it's for.
Okay, so I've seen there's different shapes here, and some people put different drinks in different shapes. Does that make a difference?
Well, it does. I mean, you traditionally have white wine glasses and red wine glasses. But this is the champagne flute, so it's going to be taller and allow you to enjoy the visual aspect of the bubbles coming to the top.
So it's all about beauty.
That's exactly what it's about.
All right, we're going to be back
and functionality.
And functionality. We'll be back in just a little bit with Rusty McDaniel, learning about the wine and how you pair it with a Valentine's Day dinner. On over to Chris. Well, I'm back with Rusty McDaniel from Lighthouse Liquors, and we've been talking about wine and kind of getting educated on that and how you know what to pair it with and things of that nature. But something that you showed me that I got really excited about because I really like chocolate, and I've never heard of this before, but there's chocolate wine?
Yes. I mean, there's cream-based chocolate wines, which are going to quite literally look kind of like an adult type of chocolate milk. And then you have true red-bodied wines that are infused with cocoa. Chocolate Shop is one of the ones that's actually a red wine and it's infused with natural dark cocoa. We also have several chocolate rouge wines that come in three different grades. There's from the creamy all the way to the super dark red.
Interesting. That is so fascinating to me. Okay, so now they made this thing too. Now, is this actually chocolate in here, or what's in here?
It's this wine right here. It's actually volume-wise, it's 2 bottles of this wine in here. The only thing that the great thing about a box wine, and before I wasn't a big supporter of box wines just because I love traditional wine. But the great thing about box wine is you can carry it anywhere. Also, it keeps in the refrigerator for up to 3 months.
Well, hey,
so as far as longevity, it lasts a lot longer.
All right. So talk to us about the age of the wine. I've heard some people say that the older it is, the better it is, and you know, you hear on movies and things, they have this aged wine that they're bringing out. But how does that actually work?
Well, it really depends on the type of wine. I mean, there are French wines that age very great. There are California wines that age very great also. But it's really dependent upon the type of wine that it is. Red wines generally age better than white wines, although there are champagnes that are over 200 years old that are still actually very good.
Wow, very interesting. So now, would you recommend buying a wine and keeping it for a while, or how does that, because some are made this year, so you do not drink those?
Well, you have some that you can drink now. A great place to start is like Wine Spectator magazine, because they actually tell you vintages to try, and also it'll give you a drink like from 2013 to 2017, or a drink from 2017 to 2025. So it'll give you an idea of how long to keep the wine to let it age before you drink it.
Okay.
The majority of my wines that I carry are meant to be enjoyed tonight. And so That way, I mean, now granted, I do have some wines, but now we don't keep in stock what we consider collector wines that you would want to put up for 25, 30 years based on an investment.
I see.
And because some people actually invest in wine, just like futures.
Very interesting. I didn't know any of this. What do you think this chocolate thing is, I think, the most unique to me, but I don't really know much about wine. What do you think is the most unique one that you carry?
Probably to me is the Bougie Cerdon.
And now what's that?
It is a sparkling French rosé. It's slightly sweet. It's, if you had Moet Nectar Imperial Rosé, I've got something that's actually better than that. And it's, I mean, it's half the price. It's excellent. It's just really great. It's not what I would call a value line wine, but it's actually very, very good.
Okay. And you brought some others that you'd like to highlight. What would you like to point out to everybody?
Well, if you like very sweet, this is actually my wife's favorite, Rocosa Casorza. It's like the sweetest strawberry you've ever had with a touch of raspberry, a hint of vanilla, and a little bit of blackberry.
Wow.
This is one of the Moscatos that are premiered at one of our local Italian restaurants that just came about.
Okay.
Wasn't sure if I could say their name.
Oh, you can say their
Well,
name.
this one is this is one of the Olive Garden Moscatos.
Oh, okay.
Primo Amore. We have also this one. This is my wife's other favorite wine, Stella Rosa Bianco. It's like the sweetest white seedless grape you've ever had rolled in powdered sugar.
What?
So there we have very sweet wines, and then on the red end we have Masse Amarone. Now this is going to be a dry-bodied Italian. It's excellent. It's like quite literally like a bottle of silk. Camus Cab. We have Krupp Brothers Doctor. Now these are going to be more along the lines of that you would have with a dinner.
Okay.
Whether it be Valentine's dinner or what have you. A Jason Mondavi wine that's got quite an eclectic
I bet so.
label.
Oh, now I have to ask you, there's so many different ones. You hold wine tastings sometimes. So if someone were interested in coming to do a wine tasting, they need to come see you. Where are you guys located?
We're located at 2810 Old Dawson Road here in Albany, Georgia. Or if you'd like, you can drop me an email at rm229-485-8729 @gmail.com, and I can put you on our mailing list.
Fantastic. Again, this was Rusty McDaniel from Lighthouse Liquors, and we appreciate you coming on to educate us this morning.
It was a pleasure.
All right, we're going to be back with, we're going to actually go on over to Chris. Chris, what's going on?